Hello, family, friends. Jermaine Griggs here. You know what time it is. I go live every single day, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, with a message of motivation and positivity, inspiration, personal development, self-growth. And today will be no exception. Here in the parking lot, very hot sunny day here in California. Great weather, but come on in. I do have a quick message for you, and really a question and a framework that I want to share with you. Some of you may have heard of this framework before. Others of you may be hearing it for the first time, and it'll really help you, I think. So please come in and hit like and love. Don't be stingy with your likes and loves, right? Just take your pointer finger and hit it several times, because Facebook will invite more people. And then tell me where you're from, especially if you're new. I see you, Benedicta and Trisha. Thank you for sharing this video. And don't forget to share the love. Ayana, I see you in the house. Hit like and love. Let me know you are here. And the message is, oh, I see them coming in, but they're scraggly. Come on, y'all. Let Facebook know this is a valuable video. The question is, are your goals smart? Are your goals smart? I see you, Gloria, Trina. Smart. Not just in the regular sense of that word, but SMART stands for sort of a 5-point acronym that you can use to judge your goals. And this comes from my kids, because I had to share this with my kids. And I know they may not totally remember it now, but I'll keep reinforcing it. And, they'll tell me what they want. And then oftentimes it'll be ambiguous. Like if you tell somebody, what are you looking for in your finances? What are your goals, right? Most people are going to say, oh, I want more money. See, that goal isn't smart in the sense that I want to share with you today. I want more money. That's not a smart goal. I want to lose weight. That's not a smart goal either. You'll see why when we look at the acronym SMART. I want a better love life, a better relationship. That's also not a smart goal because it's too ambiguous, right? And so when we talk about SMART goals, the S means something, the M means something, the A means something, the R means something, and the T. So let's talk about the S. The goal must be specific. Like, what do you really want? And the who needs to be in it, the what, the where, the why, and we'll talk about the when. But you've got to be specific. And I tell people, when they write down their goals, do it in journal style, not bullet points. I want you to think about that perfect outcome, what it looks like, what it feels like, what it smells like. What do you see? What do you hear? What's your environment? Make it like an entry in a journal. Make it like a chapter of a book. This is your future life, and you are writing about it in specific detail. My sister sent me an entry once, and I loved it. She got it from a workshop that she attended, and her perfect day. She started with what time she woke up in the morning, and then she said what she did and the kind of meal she had, and when she was to report to her own practice, practice of psychology, the counseling center, and what she was going to do and how she was going to help people, when she was going to take her lunch, when her husband was going to come and stop by for it. Like, it was really specific. But whatever it is, you've got to have numbers attached. It's not I want to lose weight. It's I want to lose 10 pounds. You got to be specific about it, right? It's not I want more money. It's, I want a salary. If this is you, I want a salary of $100,000 a year. I want to find a position that pays me what I'm truly worth. Like, be specific. More, right? That doesn't come with an answer. What? Okay, more means $1 more. I want to make more money. Okay, well, your goal is satisfied when I come around and I give you $1. Technically, you made more money, right? I want to lose weight. Okay, well, then the goal is satisfied technically when you get on the scale and you're half a pound lighter. There you go. Boom, right? Because it wasn't specific enough. More, less, those aren't words that you want to use. Specific words. The M stands for measurable, which kind of goes along with being specific, because you've got to be able to measure it. Like, how do you know when you've achieved it? Like, how will you know? I want to make more money, you won't know. And plus, that's like a moving target. Some of us are never satisfied. So it keeps moving, right? But if you give yourself a specific goal for this specific season and it's measurable numerically, most goals can be measured. Now there's things like love, but that can still be specific and measurable too. There's some steps and things that you can do to help that out. But some things are easier than others. I'll give you that. Specific, measurable. So that's number 2. Write these down too, and somebody take notes in the chat room. Specific, measurable. Number 3, attainable. And this is a hard one, right? Especially for positive-oriented people, right? Okay, let's say, oh, well, you read this book and it told you just reach for the sky. And I'm all for reaching for the sky. But saying something like, I'm going to have $10 million in my bank account this time next year. Okay, it's specific. Okay, it's measurable. But is it realistic, right? And I'm not saying it's like impossible, because it's not. You know, people are coming up with things like, Snapchat? I mean, a lot, Instagram, these things didn't take a long time. And these people became billionaires, don't get me wrong. But if you're unemployed right now, and the goal is 10 million, there's a few steps in between that. And so the A is attainable, and we can define that as like realistic, right? So let's come up, because most of us aren't willing to do what it takes for an impossible type of task. So yes, Spud Webb dunked at 5'2", 5'3", but you don't know what went into that happening, right, over the years, and winning dunk contests and things like that. That doesn't happen by accident, right? So attainable is the A. R, rewarding. So at the same time, while it needs to be attainable, it can't be something. Most of us are guilty of it being too low, more so than it being unrealistic, right? So I know you want to win the lotto by next year. That's unrealistic. But on the other end, a lot of us, our goals aren't rewarding enough. They don't make us get up and go, right? Many of us, like I said in my graduation commencement to the graduates, I said we put periods where we should put question marks. A lot of us already kind of have made up in our mind what we're possible. In Jermaine's world, well, this is possible. I'll go a little bit out and I'll put my period. You know, I'll put a little blank there for the unknown, and then I'll put my period, right? A lot of us do that. And so it takes an expansion of what is possible. Yeah, it is possible for you to become if being a millionaire or having more money. Let's be specific. I even said more millionaire. I'm gonna say that because if that's in your heart, that's not in everybody's heart. But when you have a desire for something, usually the things will show up to make that desire a reality. The very fact that you have a desire will mean that the tools that allow you to be capable of realizing that desire are available to you. I believe that desire, cause, and effect, they come like in a pair, and so you just got to search around for the causes that will cause you, to realize that end. So that's very possible. So rewarding, something that makes you get up in the morning, something that makes you strive, like the story of this dog that used to like chase this, like any car that passed by, the dog would chase the car, right? Chase the car. One time a neighbor came out, asked the owner of the dog, what's going to happen when that dog actually catches up to one of these cars? And the owner said, well, that doesn't matter, because he wouldn't know what to do. For him, the chase, right? The chase is all that matters, right? And for a lot of us, we've been chasing things all our lives, but things that aren't rewarding, right? Things that aren't, and we get excited about the chase, you find somebody always in the business, always doing something, right? So make sure that one thing that you do reach for, though, is something worth doing and something worth sticking with. It's not something you're going to be on this season and you off to something else, trying to chase another car next season. And then finally, time-bound. That's what the T stands for. So specific, measurable, attainable, rewarding, time-bound. What does that mean? You've got to have like an expiration date, because if you just say, I want this, but you don't give yourself a time, then you're not reaching for something, you're not reaching for a goal within time constraints. So that means the goal it will always keep moving, because you'll say, well, next time. Like these monks, I heard a story of these monks that they couldn't travel because of their commitment to their monastery, something like that. But they always got excited about in the fall, they say, we will travel in the spring. And then when spring came along, they said, we will travel in the fall. And they just did this for years and years and kept moving the expiration date, right? Your goal's got to have a time limit. And that is something that needs to be realistic and attainable, but also something that you can work towards and you can chunk down and say, well, If I want this by X time, then reverse engineer that and then say, well, I need to start doing this today, this next week, this by next month, this by next quarter. And that means 20 pounds in 6 months. Well, divide 20 into 6, you know, what's that? Give or take 3 pounds and some change a month, right? You can divide that by a week, you know, 4 weeks in a month, and you can get your realistic time-bound goal that if you do what you've got to do on a weekly basis, you'll look up and in 6 months, time-bound, you will have that goal. It's just that simple. You know, for years, I won't give you specific revenue numbers, but in my company, for years, and I still do this, I think on a daily and an hourly basis. My cell phone pings me my sales on an hourly basis. And it comes from when I was like 19, 20. I knew I had a number, and to get that number, I had to divide that by 365 days. And I got so clear in my head what that number needed to be by the end of the day. And then I said, well, I'm going to divide that by 12 working hours in the day. And then I got what sort of our sales needed to be for every hour. And by golly, when we hit every hour, I didn't have to worry about the day. As long as our hourly was give or take, you know, on track for that average, I'd look up at the end of the day, we'd be at that number. I'd look up at the end of the year, we'd be at that number. And then obviously I have to go back to my SMART goals and I can say, well, we achieved that. I know what that feels like. Now let's come up with our next level goal. And that's how it works. And that's SMART goals. That's what I wanted to share with you all today. Who is in the house? Who is in the house? Trina says, give your goals a time limit, short-term and long-term goals. Absolutely. Rebecca says, I'm quoting, damn. That's what Rebecca said. Some of the folks don't get mad at me, but I had to quote that. It is in order. Sometimes your goals will make you say that. Linda, Gloria, Rebecca says, it's like an excuse to not complete our vision. It is. Rebecca says, that's my dog, right? Chasing those cars. Brandy, I see you in the house. Rebecca says, shoot, I'm on a fixed income. I'd be living large on 2K. Hey, let's put that in the goal book, and then let's put whatever that number is in the goal book, and let's start seeing. Oh my gosh, there's so many opportunities online. Say you type fast, right? Go to Odesk. Go to odesk.com. There's companies even like mine that are looking for transcriptionists, virtual. I don't need them to come to the office. I just need you to go to this video, go to this podcast, and type it out word for word. And it needs to be accurate. I know my transcriptionist charges me about $1 a page, right? Something like that. Or I think it's 60 cents a minute or $1 a minute. Either something like that. I just get the bill from her, right? And so 20-minute speech, $20, right? That's a good wage. 60-minute speech, $60, right? Because I don't want to type it out. That's just one example. You're good at graphic design. I mean, so Odesk.com, freelancer.com, upwork.com, you know, you put your goals out and you start figuring out, well, there are economies and marketplaces out there where I don't have to leave the house. If you're disabled or you've got a condition where you can't do laborious work, there's so many opportunities online, but the skill sets have to match up with the opportunities. Go to these marketplaces, the 3 that I mentioned, upwork.com, freelancer.com, and if you're a designer, you can go to 99designs.com. And it's all based on merit. A company needs a logo. They'll pay $500 to $1,000 for the logo, but you're competing against other people. So they're going to get about 20, 25 bids. Yes, you do the work for free. But if they choose your bid and you guys work together, you got $500. I've been on the other end. This is how I've got many of my logos done, many of my websites done. I created a program called Song Tutor. It's a musician type of training tool, and I went on freelancer.com to do that. 25 people bid it. I ended up going with the winner. He's in a country where the money that I paid gave him an annual salary, right? But it didn't cost me much, right? So there's all types of global marketplaces out there, but when you put your goal down, the things that need to happen for that goal, if you're open-minded, and you start doing your research on the other end, you will find the opportunities. I truly believe that. Nick, I see you in the house. Rebecca says, I want to lose 50 pounds. Now, that's a smart goal, except the T. Now we need, I want to lose 50 pounds by blank. And now we've got a specific, we've got a measurable. I think that's attainable. I lost 30 some odd myself, and it didn't take that long. It's rewarding. Imagine 50 pounds when you close your eyes and you picture it and you feel it. And then we just got to add the time. Trisha says, happy, thankful Thursday. Everyone be blessed and encouraged. Absolutely. Thank you for being here. Valerie, I see you. Valerie, that's a new name. Thank you for being here. Shout out to you. Ian Eddie says, short-term, mid-term, long-term goals. Specific, measurable, attainable, actionable, realistic, timely, time-bound. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Ian's my good buddy. Helped me celebrate my birthday over the weekend. Thank you for those notes and those added comments there, Ian. Rebecca says, you're hitting my soul and it's making me mad because I don't want to hear the truth. Ha! Yeah, you know what? The truth shall set us free. Look, I'm tongue twisted with it. The truth shall set us free. And yeah, sometimes it's not what we want to hear, but we know. Our soul knows when we need to hear it. Jermaine and friends, Rebecca, Meek Love, I see you. Ella, Trina, Gloria, Ayana, thank you all for being here. Let me see some of the new comments. Make sure I haven't missed anything. Patricia says motivation. Nick, how you doing? Debbie says good news always. Nick says always good to learn from you, Jermaine. And Nick, man, you already know the SMART goals. We've worked together in the past, but maybe it was a reminder, or maybe you didn't see that chapter of my program at least. But thank you, Nick. Always good to see you. Rebecca says, Bobby Lewis, go for it. I want to see what Bobby Lewis said. Alvin says, by the way, I need a jingle for my Kids Are Chefs show. Oh, man, go to, well, you can get that at freelancer.com, but then there's audiojungle.com. That's already got, then there's Fiverr. There's people doing jingles on Fiverr for like $5, $10. What they'll do, though, they'll get you on the $5, but you have to upgrade to get a better one. But still, whether you need something for your business, your website, these marketplaces work just the same. Or if you're looking for some extra income and things for your SMART goals, figure out what skills you have. Most people can type, have taught themselves with repetition on social media how to type. I just say, what side of the internet are you on? Are you on Facebook typing stuff for free? Just because? Or you on one of these marketplaces getting paid to type, right? So that is a question. What's up, Jermaine? Says Jeffrey. What's up, Jeffrey? Good to see you. Alvin, please post those options on your website. I'll post it in the comments here. Rebecca says, dang, I'm disabled, but I can type. Yes, you can, Rebecca. If you've got a voice, people are paying for voiceovers, you better, hi, welcome to hearandplay.com, where we specialize in teaching you how to play the piano by ear. I did my first voiceover, but people will pay for that deep baritone, So there's so many opportunities on the web. Bobby Lewis says, thank you. Transitioning out of the Navy, I needed this. Thank you for your service, Bobby, and thank you for your comments. Olga from Marina Valley, Bridget, thank you all for being here. So that's the message for today. Nick says, listen to this guy. He gets it done. Thank you, Nick. And Trina, happy belated birthday and Father's Day. Thank you, Trina. Thank you. All right, so that's the message today. Ooh, it's getting hot. It's getting hot. But please join me every day, 3 p.m. Pacific, 6 p.m. Eastern, for a message, personal development and self-help. I'm here every day. And so will you share this? Will you invite somebody to hear and learn about SMART goals? Because it's just practical, common sense stuff that if we put to use, right, can be massively beneficial to us. Make your goal specific. Make it something you can measure. Make it something attainable, but while attainable, make it rewarding. Something that you can get up and strive for. You can envision in your mind. It makes you feel good as you future pace yourself to where you are if you've achieved that goal. And then make it time bound. Otherwise, you don't have anything. You're not on a timetable to reach it. So that's the message. I love you, Facebook. God bless you. And until tomorrow, take care.